They say we never truly notice the quiet sacrifices of those who raise us until their footsteps fade from our lives. The story begins with Ravi, a young man in his late 20s, rushing out of his small apartment in the city. He's stylish, ambitious, and always in a hurry, the kind of guy who takes pride in appearance, routine, and independence. As he swings the door open, he nearly trips over a pair of worn-out brown leather shoes lying by the entrance. "Ugh, these shoes again," he mutters, kicking them aside with irritation. They belonged to his father, who had recently come to stay with him after a mild heart attack. His dad had moved from their hometown to be closer while recovering. To Ravi, the shoes were an eyesore, cracked, dull, and soles nearly detached. He had offered to buy his father new ones multiple times. But his father always refused with a soft chuckle. "These still have stories to walk through." He remembers sitting on the front steps of their small home, watching his father leave for work every morning, those same brown shoes clacking against the rough stone road. They were the shoes that had walked through fields in the rain to get to work, that stood outside hospitals during emergencies, that waited silently by the school gates during exams, that danced gently at weddings and stepped quietly at funerals. But back then, Ravi never noticed them. What he remembered more was his dad always being there, present, dependable, and worn down just like those shoes. Ravi grows increasingly frustrated living with his father. His routine is disrupted. The old man walks too slowly, listens to the news too loudly, and worst of all, those shoes are always there by the door. One day, Ravi explodes. "Why do you keep those ugly shoes, Dad? Just let me buy you new ones. People will think we're poor or something." His father says nothing. He gently picks up the shoes and quietly takes them to his room. Ravi feels a pang of guilt, but brushes it off. A few weeks later, Ravi comes home late from work to find the lights off. His father is gone. He passed away in his sleep from a second, sudden heart attack. The apartment feels painfully still. Family comes, the rituals happen, the condolences arrive. But nothing feels real until Ravi opens his father's bedroom door. There, at the foot of the bed, are the same brown shoes, polished, just slightly, as if he had cleaned them before sleeping. And next to them, a small envelope addressed to "My son." Ravi reads the letter. "My dearest Ravi, I know those shoes annoyed you, but I kept them as a reminder of all the miles walked to make your world softer. I wore them until they broke, so you wouldn't have to. I never bought new ones, not because I couldn't, but because everything I had, I gave to you. Education, clothes, dreams. I was never stylish, but I hope I was strong. I hope you remember that the things we often resent are sometimes the very things that carried us here. Love, always, Dad." Weeks later, Ravi is leaving for work. His apartment is neater. He's resumed life. But by the door sit the same brown shoes. This time, polished and gently placed, just as his father left them. Ravi doesn't kick them aside. Instead, he kneels down, runs his hand over the worn leather, and smiles sadly. He grabs his briefcase and steps out quietly, leaving the shoes exactly where they are. In a world that moves fast, we often overlook the quiet sacrifices made for us. The worn hands that fed us, the tired feet that walked beside us, the shoes at the door we thought were in the way, were actually holding us up all along. Sometimes, love isn't loud. Sometimes, it's just a pair of old shoes, waiting silently by the door. If this story touched you, kindly hit the like button and subscribe for more stories like this.